cases or items that we do there. In any space like this, it's important to have a balance. Yeah? So there is a balance or a portion which is free form. Right? We have the environment, people can come in, there's no real boundaries or no real constraints, so you go ideation all the way to prototype to maybe product. And that could be in any area that people have a passion, etc. for, and that's fine. I think the value of also to leverage a space like this is actually also to put, at times, a little bit of boundary around what we want folks to do. So we have used spaces like this around specific business challenges that we may have, and then we bring people together and we set the challenge, and then we let them loose on that. We've done items around predictive analytics. We know predictive analytics can have a big impact on many industries, but in particular the asset management industry. So we define a challenge around predictive analytics, and then we let folks free in the innovation hub to work at separate teams around that. So it's a little bit of balance between free form and let the ideas come, but also set some specific challenges that we have in the business or areas that we see that may be future technologies that we may want to invest in, machine learning, virtual reality, etc., that you want to free people up from their day-to-day and give them a little bit of headroom to actually work on these items in a more innovative space. We have the difference between Innovation Hub and let's say working environments. I'll start with the centers that we have from a technology standpoint. We are global, so we have a center in space in Canada. We have 2 locations in the US. We have two locations in the UK, and we have a location here in Hyderabad. In each of those locations, we have done items like hackathons and collaboration. Now, the difference between which ones are completely built out and which ones potentially are more just leveraging space, that's location specific. But in each of those locations, we do innovation. Yeah, the model we're following with working with external fintech startups is quite simple in essence, which is the first thing is just making sure we have internally the knowledge and the awareness of what's happening in the external marketplace so that we can connect with fintech companies. And we do this in every location and every region that we're in, and we follow the same model, which is being proactive out there in the marketplace and making those connections. That could be attending things like various forums, getting our name out there. So we are now sponsoring the Code Gladiator, which is a very large India 2-month hackathon, and we're sponsoring the machine learning portion of that. That gets our name out there, obviously from a brand perspective. We are then proactive in reaching out to local startup companies, etc. Once we've got the connections, how we work with them could be quite diverse. It could be anywhere from bringing them in and having them do a showcase. We have 6 startups right now in here today, and they're showcasing their technology capabilities, and we expose them to our staff. If there's interest at that point, then we may move to something like a proof of concept. We may bring them into the Innovation Hub and do a proof of concept or a pilot. And then from there, it obviously depends how it matures in terms of what the relationship could go anywhere from a strategic partnership to using them as a technology provider to potentially investment. So Invesco India's headcount, 1,100. Globally, 6,002, 6,300, just over 6,000.